fishing grounds ahead, and I want to give them a wide berth, so I'm going to go inland and then go around them, because the last thing I want to do is snag anything on the boat. There's a wreck over there. It feels a little bit like, I don't know, an airline pilot when they are mid-Atlantic, just everything's on autopilot, that they could read a book, but they can't because they got to stay on it because they're an airline pilot. And I'm not an airline pilot, but I'm out here alone, and if I wasn't paying attention and I hit that cardinal buoy over there because there's a wreck underneath it, I'd be in a lot of trouble. So you don't want that, so you still have to pay attention, even though there's not much to do here for the last 5-6 hours. The island of Capri is out there somewhere. The ferry straight ahead going that way. There's another ferry over there, but I think he's headed that way. And there's a sailing boat I'm gonna have to probably avoid. Reprogram my course a little bit. The boat swings around, and he'll be watching me, and he'll see me swinging, so he knows he's got nothing to worry about. It's really pretty. I'm glad that you guys are here to share it with me. I'm going to swing left. There should be a sort of bay within a bay, so it should be really calm in there tonight. And then tomorrow, maybe Napoli, or maybe it might go past Napoli. It depends on what the weather's doing. If the weather's going to be safe, then I'll just anchor out. But if it looks a little stormy, I'm going to go into a marina. But the weather's so changeable here, you just never quite know what's going to happen. But I'll be checking it tonight, and we'll see. Right over there in the distance is Mount Vesuvius. The sun's going down behind the horizon in about 20 minutes, and I'm about 10 minutes away from where I'm going to drop anchor. So everything is going right to plan, which is usually what happens just before something goes wrong. Today was good, probably about 70 kilometers, getting closer every day, but that was a good cruise today. And I did sort of swerve to avoid a really big log that I saw, and there's always the little fishing oyster pots or whatever they are, I don't know, so you got to avoid them. But yeah, it's quite nice here. You can see the sun's just going down, and there's a little thing there. Anchor is set. I'm going to do a little editing, and then have an early night, I think. Good night. Just going to pull up the anchor and scoot around the Bay of Napoli a little bit and get some diesel. It's a little bit annoying because it's a lot more expensive here than they said on Navigli, so I'm not going to get as much. This here is the Italian town of Pozzulli, or something like that. Anyway, and there's no reason for stopping here. I'm just stopping here because I can. Capri is about 30k that way. I might just go there. It's a little bit out of my way, but it just looks nice. Whilst I'm at this sort of very calm, peaceful anchorage for an hour or two, I decided to check the oil, and it's a little bit low on the port motor, so rather than take all the floorboards up, I'm just going to pump some in with this little pump thing that I bought a while back, and we'll be good. Way over there is where the oil's going, into the starboard port engine, And here's where it's coming from. And if we turn this on, that'll just make me feel a little bit better. Okay, that's done. That was actually easier than I thought it was going to be. I found that easier way of doing it. And the starboard engine's got plenty of oil, so I put 2 litres in the port one, just because. It's not like you can do any damage, because there's a warning and then a cutout if the oil gets too low. So, but you just don't want to be in that situation, because you know it would cut out at some point where you really didn't want it to cut out. So you do check the oil. I mean, you're supposed to check it all the time, but I don't. I probably check it about once a week if I'm moving, and I don't know, maybe every 2 weeks, I'm not sure. But it's a really pretty little spot to anchor, and I got fuel over there this morning, but I only filled up half because they advertised at 160, and when I got there it was 194, which displeases me. Anyway, I'm going to go to Capri now, which is over that way, and it's a bit odd because it's about 30 something kilometers, but it's across open water. I'm not hugging the coast, and I'm fine with it. It's just a slightly different feeling, because if something goes wrong, it won't, but if it does, you're fucking miles from anywhere. But we've got super calm weather, and that's nice, and I don't know, that's about it.
'Twas on the Isle of Capri that I found her, beneath the shade of an old walnut tree. Oh, I can still see the flowers blooming around her, where we met on the Isle of Capri. She was as sweet as a rose at the dawning, but somehow fate hadn't meant her for me. And though I sailed with the tide in the morning, still my heart's on the Isle of Capri. Summer.
About 1/3 of the way from over there to Capri, which is there, and they make cars there, I think. I know, I can't believe how well the boat just keeps going. It's very well made, considering it was built in 1987. That's almost as old as I am. And it just goes great, you know, you maintain it, but yeah, it's really good. I like it. Very, very pleased with the boat. I hope the boat is pleased with me. Sometimes I'm like, I hope the boat appreciates that we're actually in the Mediterranean as opposed to Bray or Chatham or somewhere that's just miserable. Sorry for all you people in Bray and Chatham, but yeah, I think it does. It's like a car, you know, it's got a bit of personality. You have to look after it. You have to treat it nicely. It's going to get a big treat when I get to Malta, because I'm going to spend a week just tweaking the little things that I want tweaked. I mean, there's nothing, I mean, like the front toilet doesn't work and things like that, but there's nothing serious broken on it. I just need to, like, you know, maintenance. If there's one thing I kind of suck at, and a few of you out there watching this will be going, it's cleaning. You know, there's so many other things in life to do that don't involve cleaning, but it's just me on the boat, so if I let the boat like slide, it would just be, it would be bad. So I do really try and keep it somewhat clean. Is that right, Beanie? Another bit of a milestone here. This is the lovely island of Capri. I made it. It's just one of those places on the map that I'm like, that would be nice. And it is. I'm not sure how long I'm going to stay here. It might just be an hour or 3, but we're here now and anchored, And I think there's going to be a bit more shelter around the island tonight, because it's like the incoming waves are coming this way, and they're low, but they're even lower if you go around the corner, so I'll probably do that. But isn't this lovely? And the water is super clear as well. We're only in about 5 meters, 6 meters, but you can see all the way to the bottom perfectly clearly. Beautiful. I looked at this place on the map, I don't know, 2 years ago, and I'm like, that looks great, I should go there. And here I am. So yeah, nice. I came from over there. That was my last night's spot. That's Mount Vesuvius there, and Napoli is there, and then I'm gonna go around that way and meet some friends of friends tomorrow. I think that's the plan. The prevailing wind and waves are coming from that direction, so I'm just going to go around the back of the island, and it's probably a bit calmer there. It's pretty calm here, it's not a problem, but it'd be a little bit easier around the other side.
She whispered softly, it's best not to linger. And then as I kissed her hand, I could see she wore a plain golden ring on her finger. 'Twas goodbye on the Isle of Capri. 'Twas goodbye on the Isle of Capri. 'Twas goodbye on the Isle of Capri.
I have to say, it's pretty spectacular. I mean, check that out, right? If I can find somewhere that's shallow enough, which I like it to be less than 10 meters, then I'm just going to drop anchor for the night. We'll see what we got. We're at 13.5 meters right now. As anchorages go, I'm going to say this is probably the most spectacular. 10 meters right now. Let's go a little bit closer in. It's going to be very calm tonight. All the weather forecasts are like, no, it's going to be calm. Tomorrow evening, it's going to get a little choppy, but for now, it's going to be very calm. So when you're going to anchor, you kind of look for the lighter area, because the darker area is just seaweedy, and the anchor doesn't sit as well. We're at 9 meters right now, and a little bit further on, it's probably about 7 meters. And it's light, so it's either rock or sand, and the anchor will sit better. Oh, that scared me. It felt like I bumped into something, but it was just a wave coming in from the little tour boat, and it just felt like boom. Oh, damn it, I hate that. Oh, woo. There are about 250 meters of just sheer cliff. In the morning, I'll take the drone out and fly it around, but it's in the shadow right now, so it won't look as good. Tomorrow, I'm going to go that way to Salerno, I think, over there. That was an interesting evening. Very quiet, very peaceful. Didn't really wake up at all. When I got to the kitchen this morning, it was a bit of a mess. It looks like a wave knocked a few things over, but didn't wake me up, which is a good thing. I like a peaceful time, but that's not a bad view to wake up to. Very smooth today, but a boat went by earlier and it's kicked up a little bit of a wake, so that's why the boat is rocking a little bit. But it's beautiful out here. It's very peaceful apart from the idling diesel motors. and we've got about 60 meters of water under the keel right now, so won't be anchoring. Well, this is quite amusing. I've come all this way, and a friend of my friend is over there. It kind of looks a little bit further than it is. It'll only take me about 5 minutes to row over there, but here we go. Hello! Just trying to figure out how to do this. Okay, just wave, way!
Grazie.
That was fun. Now I've got to go back to the boat. So this has been my very quick visit to Salerno for a very good pizza with some friends of friends who are very nice. And now I've got to wander back to the boat, which I can see. My dinghy is still there. There we go. Mission accomplished. Kind of.
And then as I kissed her hand, I could see she wore a plain golden ring on her finger. 'Twas goodbye on the Isle of Capri. 'Twas goodbye on the Isle of Capri. 'Twas goodbye on the Isle of Capri.